everyone, welcome back. I'm Katie, and today I am doing my weekly Christian book review on The Cold Threat by Nancy Mehl. So I finally got my hands on The Cold Threat. This is the second book in the Ryland and St. Clair mystery series. I gotta tell you, Nancy Mehl is becoming a fast favorite because she has just such beautiful faith content in her books, especially for mysteries. I feel like mysteries are sometimes harder to put in faith content sometimes, but I just feel like Nancy Mehl does such a great job at weaving in faith, but also really having relatable characters. Characters who have had huge struggles in their life and kind of have drawn away from the Lord, but then circumstances, but also not just circumstances, but finding out that, God isn't there to punish us. He's there to guide us, to help us through life's tough and extremely hard situations. And I just really love her characters with that aspect in them. And so in this one we're following, again, Ryland and St. Clair, and they're still private detectives. I love a private detective story. We don't get very many of those, do we, in Christian fiction? Not too many. Maybe a few. But anyway, so in this one, we're following them. I'm going to mention first names instead. So River Ryland and Tony St. Clair. So Tony's dad ends up calling them and saying, I am retiring from the police force soon, and I have a cold case that's been cold for 20 years. They arrested somebody, but for a crime, but his father believes that it was a copycat. This person was not the original person who committed these arsonist murders. And so he wants Tony and River to come and not solve the case, but to create a profile, because they were FBI profilers before they became private investigators. And so he's like, I need you guys to come here to just create a profile so I can hopefully convince my police department that the killer is still out there. And the killer has already struck again 20 years later. And he knows that this is the original killer that they were looking for. So River and Tony both go to his dad and mom's place. And so, yeah, it was really good. So they have to they do end up working the mystery as well. But it is mostly, they actually do their job. They actually are trying to profile this killer and figure out who it is. So I did not guess it. There was a clue. There was a clue. Did I pick up on that? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And I should have, honestly, because I'm usually really good at figuring out who did it. But Nancy Mehl surprises me. And so I really should have honestly figured it out. Did I? No. Nope, I didn't. So I was really happy about that, honestly, because I do like a book when it surprises me. But yeah, so I really did enjoy it. And she does a good job where, depending on who did it, and if we've seen him before, she does a good job. I know some authors where, they'll mention who did it, and you can't remember who they are. You can't remember. You're like, who are these people? I don't even remember them in the book. If we met them one time, she doesn't mention where they met. Well, Nancy Mehl actually kind of, in a little recap, reminds you where you've seen that character. So she did a good job with that. I love that. So thankfully I was like, oh yeah, I remember. Not going to spoil anything. I promise I'm not going to tell you who did it. You can guess. If you guessed it, let me know. Just say yes or no down in the comments if you've read it and you guessed it or not. Like me. I totally missed out on the clue there. Totally missed out. And, it was a fairly easy clue if you actually picked up on it. But yeah, so I did really enjoy this. I really like her settings in these books. The third book comes out already, I think this summer, if I'm not mistaken, or in just a couple months, which is exciting. So I could finally get the last book in the series. I think that's the last book, to figure out the rest of it, because there is an underlining mystery happening. I don't know what that motion was through all three books that deal with our female main character River and somebody who is trying to get her. So excited to see the final the final reveal on what's going on with that. So excited to read the third book. So thank you to Bethany House and Baker Publishing for sending me a copy of this book to read and talk about with you all. It was a lot of fun. So yeah, so definitely check it out. I will link it down below. Check out, if you don't know, Baker Book House. They usually have pretty good sales going on where there's a percentage off of quite a few of their books, and this one might have a discount, so check it out. All right, so I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you all in the next video.